JorRaptor, you played 12 hours of the Battlefield Hardline multiplayer.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you want to tell us about it?
Of course, I want to tell you about it.
Oh, cool. First question, did you like the multiplayer?
Yeah, I kinda did. It's a new way to play Battlefield. It's faster. That means that you run faster, the vehicles are faster. The developer Visceral Games asked the Need for Speed studio how to make fast cars. So they are in the game. It needs some time to get used to it, but then you are driving and it feels fine. Also, you're really fast back into the action, so you don't have to run very long because the maps are not really big. Also, you can of course spawn at your squad mates. It's still the same that if you spawn in a car that's ready to explode, you explode before you could do anything, or that you jump in the middle of a fight and you can't even ready your gun, then you're down. That still sucks when spawning on teammates. But even if you spawn at your base, you don't have to run very fast, like I said. It's also a pretty big thing that there are 4 maps in the total of 9 maps that don't have vehicles. So 4 maps in a Battlefield game don't have vehicles. That's pretty big because in Battlefield 4 almost every map there were like a couple of exceptions that did not have vehicles. And in Hardline, yeah, it's almost the half of the map. So that's pretty interesting. There awesome flaws to the multiplayer, but overall I think it's pretty fun.
So that were all my questions. Thank you, JorRaptor,
Okay.
and
Okay, so we're done?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait. There are
Oh.
still questions on the back.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Can you tell me about the multiplayer modes?
Yeah, of course. There are 7 modes. The team deathmatch is really bad. It's like 32 people in one Call of Duty sized map, so that really doesn't work. Also there's the Conquest mode, of course, the well-known Battlefield map where you have to capture different points on the map, but that doesn't really work in Hardline because there are no tanks, other vehicles are missing, the maps are not that big. There aren't really enough big maps, so the rotation is like totally the same every time. It just doesn't work, and Conquest without vehicles is not so fun, I think. So that doesn't really work. There's also Rescue. It's a 5-on-5 where the criminals have to defend hostages, and the police need to get them. The police need to grab one hostage and get him to an extraction point, but the criminals have to stop them. But if you die that round, it's over, so you have to watch other people play. So that's pretty scary, pretty hectic. It's very hard to be a police because criminals just have to kill all the police, and the police have to get a hostage because otherwise they will not win, and the criminals can like wait till the timer is up. So that's not really even, but you get to play both sides when you play that multiplayer mode. There's also Crosshair where the police have to extract a VIP, that's also a player with a golden gun, to this extraction point, also 5v5, also that if you die for that round. And then there's also a Hotwire, but I don't know about that, and or that's just not so good. And there's also my 2 favorite maps, Blood Money and Heists.
So why is the new Hotwire mode not so good then?
I think it's the worst game mode after Team Deathmatch. There are around 5 vehicles spread out in the map, and you need to capture those by driving them or sitting in them. So if other people are in your car, you still get points. And then you have to kill other cars from the enemy team so that they don't get points, and you also get points by killing them. And that's like the whole process. It's really about the chase, and those chases are pretty fun, but I figured out that if you just wait at the beginning of the map until you can respawn in a, or just spawn because it's the first time, in a car that you need hotwired, then you just get points. You can put your controller next to you, wait, get points. If your car gets blown up, just respawn again in another car and you will be number 1 in no time. It's really bad. Also, if you play the map like it's used to, you sometimes find yourself without a car, and you have to run and search for a car, but everyone is so fast because those cars are really fast and they drive by, and it just doesn't work. It's no fun. The vehicle balance is pretty good though, so I never had the idea that it was impossible for my machine gun to let a car explode. It explodes really fast, so that's pretty cool.
Breaching! Police, get down on the ground!
But you did like Blood Money and Heist.
Yeah, those two are my favorites, and I think that those will keep the multiplayer for Battlefield Hardline alive. It does something that Battlefield Hardline does really well, and that is intense fights over small objectives. So there are, for example, in Blood Money, 3 main points in the map. In the middle there is a cash stash, and at your base as well, and then the enemy base has one as well. And you need to grab cash from the middle, bring it to your base, but you can also steal cash from the enemy base, bring it to your base. So there are like 3 places where there's always fights, and that's pretty cool. In Heist, it's a little bit different. First, the criminals have to infiltrate the money stash or 2 bags of money, and they have to grab one of 2 bags or both, and have to get them to one of the 2 extraction points. So there are few ways to do this. You can grab one bag and do it to A, or bring it to B, and that makes for the police to spread out because they have to stop the criminals from doing that. And that also brings me to the point that that's where the police and criminals thing really comes to life, because it's really awesome to see a police car driving and the criminals are running away with the money, and police cars are going there with sirens on, stuff like that. That's really awesome. Battlefield Hardline it's more about the police stuff and not about the military stuff. I think that's cooler in my perspective, but in the other modes, in Heist, it does it really well, but in Blood Money, it totally makes no sense that the police needs to steal money and then steal from the enemy base to have it as an evidence. That's what they say. And also in Hotwire, where they need to steal cars and drive around like a madman. That's nothing that the police would do, but in this game they would. So that's pretty weird, but still, those modes are really fun. In Heist, you really need to have a tactic. People that have the back can still shoot, but there need to be people that that bodyguard them, that escort them to the extraction point where they have to get the back in order to win. So it's a pretty awesome mode. And also if you're playing the bank, the bankiest bank, that's what they call it. It's really a bankiest bank. It's like if you think of a bank, you think that bank. That map is really awesome for Heist. And yeah, it's cool to go with a parachute, jump off the building, and and have that back on you. And yeah, it has some cool moments. I really like Heist and also Blood Money, because then I can throw smoke grenades and with my night vision kill everyone that is grabbing money and they don't see me. That's my favorite tactic to do, so that's pretty cool.
How was your hotel room during the trip?
Yeah, that was pretty good. Of course, EA sent me and 2 other Dutch journalists and 2 Belgian journalists to place where a lot of video game journalists were, to play the Battlefield Hardline multiplayer for 2 days in the total of 12 hours, something like that. And of course we had to sleep, so we went to a hotel and pretty cool. They had the bat up, and I always liked it, but I couldn't get it on. So it was like, I want to get in bath, but I can't get it on. It's also with those events, you are like only sleeping in your hotel room. The rest of the time you're not in there, so it's kind of nice to have a good hotel room. But in the end, yeah, you're more on the playground for Battlefield, and that was also a really awesome place. You can see that in this photo that you will edit, right? Okay, cool.
So also very interesting to know, how did the game play?
Yeah, that's of course a good question. Well, it really plays well. It plays like a good shooter. It all runs on the Battlefield 4 engine, so if you play that, you will probably know how this will play. Yeah, it just shoots fine. The weapons really feel differently. That's pretty cool. There are 4 classes in the game. For example, the operator that has more assault rifles. You have the professional, more sniper rifles, and enforcer has shotguns. Shotguns are really good in this game, and the sniper's not so, because if you shoot with a sniper, the enemy can't die. So sometimes you have to shoot 2 times to kill him. Sometimes that's not enough. If you do a headshot, of course you will kill me in 1 time, but not every time. So that's pretty weak. Shotguns kill everyone in one shot. If you have a good shot, you always kill them. So that's pretty good. Also in the team deathmatch, use shotgun, you will totally win. And there are also gadgets, and that's pretty cool. Every class has different gadgets. I told you about the enforcer. Well, that's also a shield. So what I did was throw some tear grenades and or gas grenades, they're called, and then yeah, go on with a gas mask. You can also put a gas mask on and a shield and kill everyone in the room. That was, for example, that's pretty awesome. You also have the operator with the assault rifles that can heal, revive people. That's pretty good. Also the mechanic, I hope I pronounced it right. That guy has the spawn beacons. It's pretty nice, and a professional with sniper can also lay traps. So if he's sniping on the spot, he will be able to protect himself for a spot where an enemy can come in and kill him. He can place traps there, so the enemies will die before they get to him. So that's pretty awesome.
I'm really curious, what was your favorite drink during the trip?
That was on Tuesday night. Before we went to bed in the hotel, we went to buy an alcoholic mixed drink, and I had a Bacardi Cola. And it was pretty nice. The best Bacardi Cola I ever had. So it was pretty cool with some ice in it, some melons. And I have drank it like a couple of times now, but sometimes it's like not so good, and sometimes it's really good. So I still have to think what the specialty is, what the magic is in the drink that the others had and the others had not. So still figuring that out, but that will come as I order more of those. Really like them.
Did everything work, or there were no crashes or something like that?
No, like 2 times. But you have to imagine that we were playing on a LAN, so not the internet. We were not connected to the internet. We're playing on debugs as well, so PS4 debugs. That means that they're like not really PS4s, and the game that is in there does not work on normal PS4s. So we're playing on the PS4, and two crashes during 2 deathmatches, and that was it. It was running really well. No frame drops as well, no weird stuff. But still, I will review the game for IGN Benelux. That's why I was on this trip, and yeah, I will wait to get my last score for the multiplayer before the servers are up and running on every platform. So yeah, before I give a score, I will wait for that. But the single player is going live on Tuesday, very early on Tuesday. So that's pretty cool. Of course, you wanted to interview me then as well, right?
Yeah, that was the plan, because you finished the single player by then.
Okay, well, we will do that then, and then I will tell you everything about the single player. Maybe do some your plays as well. I don't know. I don't know yet, but let me know in the comments.
Really cool. Thanks for the interview.
Yeah, of course. No problem, no problem.
And yeah, I think we covered like almost of Battlefield Hardline, almost everything. Maybe something more about the level up system and other 2 modes that you mentioned, Rescue and the other one, Crosshair. Well, we'll do that maybe later. But for now, do you want to say anything else before we leave? Or
Yeah. Like the video if you did, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for more awesome gaming videos, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Tomorrow, the best trailer of the week stuff. So check that on JorRaptor. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the interview, man.
Yeah, of course. It was really great.
Great.
Yeah, nice to meet
Great.
you. Yeah, great.